There is nothing worse than that feeling of, why haven't I been able to hear God's voice? Or why don't I feel the presence of God recently like I used to? One of the traits that makes God so incredible is the fact that He is omnipresent. This word simply means that He is everywhere at all times. In other words, since God is omnipresent, He is able to be in the present moment, but at the same time, be in the past as well as in the future. We, on the other hand, are only able to live and experience this moment happening right now. Say, for example, that you're in a state of worry or fear. At this very moment, you are living in the future. In the same way, if you were in the state of sadness or depression, you are living in a past event. Therefore, we can only be present, but not omnipresent the way that God is. Let me explain a little further. Number 1, you are an instrument of God. Think of a literal instrument, for example, a guitar. When you are present, it is like when a guitar is tuned. No matter how good someone is at playing the guitar, or how beautiful the songs that he or she knows how to play are, if the instrument is not tuned, the music will not sound good. In other words, you have to tune in to the present, to tune in to His presence. When you are in the present, you are in tune with the presence of God. The second thing would be to be still. In Psalm 46:10, God says, "Be still and know that I am God." Time never stops, and in our logical minds, it is easy to get lost in our thoughts. When there is noise, you cannot hear the voice of God. The peace of God that surpasses all understanding is beyond the thinking mind. And to be able to reach that place of surrender, we must breathe. When your focus is shifted into the feeling of your body, the air in your lungs, the space you occupy, those logical thoughts that drive you away from surrendering to God's presence become quieter with every breath. Being still is a skill, and the more you practice it, the easier you will find yourself in that place of total relinquish of the mind. His presence is in the present. Just because we may not be able to hear God or see Him doesn't mean He is not there. The question shouldn't be, is God there? It should be, am I there? Just like any skill or working out to build muscles, becoming aware of God's presence is something that we must constantly apply in order to get better at it, and it involves letting go of the past, letting go of the future outcomes, and immersing into His presence, which is here right now, filling your room, your car, or wherever you are. For example, a radio captures all the different radio station signals at the same time, but filters one at a time, which is the one you listen to. In that same way, when you tune into the frequency of God, you can hear His voice clearly. In other words, out of all the voices sounding right now, gods, cultures, other people, which one are you tuning into? Now, with this in mind, take a seat back, take a deep breath, and slowly shift your focus to the presence of God. Even if it takes a while for you to get there, try it. You will notice His voice become clear. Just like with anything, this is something that needs consistency in order to grow. And at any point you feel that you start getting overwhelmed in your day, just tune yourself back into the present like an instrument. Thank you guys for listening, and see you on the next video. You will notice His voice become clear.